Hey guys, we are back with some more LA Kings franchise mode, and in this one, we will be doing the year one entry draft. And as we saw in the last one, there's a player available at number 8. We are picking number 4, but I really want the player at number 8, Keith Ho. I believe he is the best player available in this draft. Even better than Aatu Raty. I mean, he has got that potential, sure, that high elite potential, but he is still a year or two away from the NHL, whereas this guy, Ho, is NHL ready right out of the gate. He is the most NHL ready player out of anyone on the board. And his stats in Liga were not too shabby themselves. 10 goals and 8 assists. It looks like he's a sniper. I really, really want Keith Ho. And if that means taking him at 4, then so be it. I do not want to pass up this opportunity. So here we go, getting into the drafts. Chicago, New York, and Minnesota will be picking before us. So Chicago does indeed take Aatu Raty, and who will the Islanders take? They will take Popov, 81 overall sniper. Okay, sim pick. Minnesota will take Slychuk, the 77 overall center sniper. Now we are on the clock, and once again, I know there's Raymond there available at 4, who, again, he looks good, but I don't think he's Keith Ho good. I really don't. I really like Keith Ho. Yep, I'm taking him. Confirmed draft selection, Keith Ho. Welcome to the LA Kings. He is, really? 79 overall? Even with all right, whatever. I mean, it's still good. Still very good. Not what I expected, but he certainly looks like he's going to be a very good player. His skating's already up there to where it needs to be. Body checking at 84. Potentially the next Kopitar. Who knows? He's a two-way forward, and he looks like he's got the attributes for it. Defensive awareness is already up there at 84. So not what I initially thought, of course, but nonetheless a very good pick. There are a lot of teams looking to trade their top picks. I mean, we got a lot of teams looking to trade their picks. St. Louis, Washington, Rangers, Dallas, Nashville, Tampa in the top 13, and they got Calgary as well at 14. I think if any year is the year to trade for picks in the first round, this is the year. So we're going to see what we can get out of St. Louis here. And Raymond goes to the Columbus Blue Jackets. So he was a 75 overall. I definitely like that pick of Ho a lot more than I would have Raymond. Now, if we could get St. Louis's first, who would I want here that's still available? I mean, there's Wong. There's also Fritz. We don't have a report on him, but he does look good. He's almost undoubtedly a medium elite. Okay, I'm not going to try to trade for St. Louis's pick myself. Let's see what St. Louis would want for their pick. They would want Byfield, a third of Brown, no. Ho, fourth and Brown, no. And Turcotte, no. I would say I'd probably take Kempe, Anderson, and Clegg for starters. We'll probably have to add our second as well. So Clegg, Anderson, and a second for the 6th overall pick. They want to trade it, so it's I feel like they would need something else in there. I mean, that looks like it'll go through. It doesn't feel like enough to me. You know, I wouldn't accept that deal if I were St. Louis. I'll throw in another second there, Carolina's second. So Clegg, Anderson, and 2 seconds for a first. I think that's fair. I mean, Anderson, he may grow, he may not, but you know, I'm willing to. Okay, well, there goes that idea. I thought I had a little bit more time, but no, they made the pick. Fritz is a 75 overall sniper, so I knew he was going to be good, but unfortunately, it took just a little too long explaining. All right, whatever. Maybe we can get, I think Wong should be there at 8, or maybe he'll go now. Yeah, he'll probably go with this pick. I don't know if there's anyone worth trading for. Maybe Brent Clark. We could get him later on. I know he's a medium elite. Shoot pinch. I think that's our scheme fit, right? Yeah, I think that's our scheme fit. Brent Clark might be a perfect pickup, especially since we kind of need defensemen. I'm going to try to trade for Nashville's pick just to be safe. Gives us a lot of time to trade for it as well. I would put Thomas, I think, in this deal because we already have the likes of Velarde and Kupari ahead of him, who are both centers. Not to mention, Byfield. And then Ho, who could also potentially be a center with how he's built with that 79 for faceoffs. So, and then also Turcotte, right? So I think I think Thomas is expendable at this point. So Thomas, Carolina's second at 55. Or do I want to go 35, St. Louis is second, just to sweeten the deal a little bit for them. I don't think that's going to be enough value anyway there. So we may as well try St. Louis's pick there. Yeah, that should be enough value, and I think I want to make this deal now because I'm pretty sure that Clark will still be there at 11. And, I mean, that's the second time in a row. Wong is a 65 overall. We weren't going for Wong, though. We were going for Nashville's 11th pick for Clark. That was looking like a pretty good trade, though. So I think we will do that. We will put in Thomas once again. And the 35th pick for Nashville's first. And I guess I'll throw in 72 in there as well. So Thomas and a second for 11 and 72. Proposed trade rejected, really. Okay. Instead of the second, we'll get 103 in there. Proposed trade. Really? Okay. How about just Thomas and a second for a first? Proposed trade? All right. A little bit more than expected. Not a problem. We'll try our second then. 33 and Thomas for 11. Nope. I mean, it's the 11th overall pick, so it shouldn't be cheap. That's for sure. We'll include our third as well. So 33, 64, and Thomas for 11. Proposed trade. That'll work. Once again, if there was any year to trade for first-round picks, it's definitely this year with the amount of teams that want to trade them in the top 15. So I figured we may as well get ourselves an elite defenseman while we can. And presuming he is still on the board, he is exactly who we are going to be taking. Yes, indeed. Brent Clark is still there. Lambos, I wouldn't say... Oh, he's definitely not a medium franchise. We had him in our past GM mode as well, and he didn't really simulate too well. Clemenson, he's a medium top 4, but we know for a fact that Brent Clark is a medium elite, so we will be taking him. Welcome to the LA Kings, Brent Clark. Yep, medium elite, two-way defenseman at 60 overall. So he's going to take a few years, but he should be worth it in the long run. So now look at our most valuable pieces. We, of course, have Doughty. You have Turcotte, Ho, Byfield, Kopitar, Clark. Not to mention the growth of guys like Anderson Dolan, Grundstrom, Anderson potentially as well. Kempe also grew to an 84. Is there anybody else who I would want? What's this Clemenson guy about? Nah, I wouldn't say that's worth trading for. Maybe Latipov. Latipov has 5 goals and 11 assists in Russia, an A-plus league. We don't necessarily know his potential. He's 3 years away from the NHL. He might be worth taking a gamble on, because even though we don't know his potential, we know he's somewhere around like a 65 overall, given his NHL ETA. So if as long as Arizona doesn't take Latipov, I might want to consider trading for Tampa's first. But then again, do we really need another forward prospect? Because if you take a look at our rookie skaters here, we have Turcotte, Ho, Byfield, Velarde, Kupari, Kaliev. I think we honestly, at this point, we need defensemen more, because we have Clark, we have Spence, we have Bjarnfot if he grows, but not much else. And I don't exactly know who I would trade to get this pick, to be honest. Because I kind of want to hold on to Kempe, and I hold on to all these guys up here. Velarde, he might be expendable at some point, but I want to see how he grows. Kaliev, I want to keep because he's only 19, 69 overall, and he's a sniper, which we don't have too many of in the system, I don't think. Kupari's almost NHL ready, so I want to hold on to him. There's not much that I would be willing to let go of for this trade, and not enough certainty with the pick either. Yeah, so we're just going to leave this alone. I'm not going to take the risk. We got our guys in Clark and in Keith Ho, so I think that's going to be it for the first round for us. So going back to look at that Latipov guy, yeah, I'm glad we didn't make the trade. He was only a medium top 6 at a 65 overall, and I guess we could have taken Lambos with that pick, technically. But then again, we also would have had to give up a piece that I wasn't necessarily willing to give up. For me, in the moment, the potential reward of getting Lambos wasn't enough for giving up someone like, let's say, Anderson or Kempe, who could both have breakout seasons this year. Because I like the pieces that we have in place. They just need to grow and have a little bit of luck. And with our second round pick, we are going to be taking Brendan Cousins. We don't have much on him, but I'm just going to hope for the best. Medium top 9, that's unfortunate. With our next pick, I'm just going to take a scout recommendation, and we do need defensemen, so I'm going to take Marcus Gretz here. See what he turns out to be. I know he's a real player, but high 7th. That's unfortunate. Hey, you know what? Why not? It was worth it just to make that pun. Now we're going to take a chance on the winger Eugene Moore. Okay. Low top 6, 63 overall sniper. So welcome to the LA Kings. Ho, Clark, Cousins, Gretz, Why Not, Moore, Franzen, Malik, Prokhorkin, Lockhart, Zuzan, and Dmitriev. We're going to start with UFA goalies. You got Grosenick at a 78 overall, who is good for the minors, but he wants a one-way deal. Yeah, Velazquez needs to get some time anyway. He's 22, Grosenick's 31. We will release Grosenick for right now. We will also sign Perrick for the AHL. We have a lot of RFAs this year, but luckily they all want to re-sign. Anderson wants 1.1 for 1 year. That's doable for you. Plague, you want 2 years, 1.2. I'll give you 1 year at 1.2. And that is it for RFAs. Now, UFAs, you have Pustola and Iafallo. I will re-sign Pustola. As for Iafallo, he does not want to re-sign. He was making 2.4 last year. He had 44 points on the season. So I would say I'd want to bring him back, but he wants 4.3. I wouldn't say he's worth overextending for, so I'll release him for right now. I mean, we have to sign this guy, Keith Ho. He is definitely going to be on our team day one. So there you go. No UFA skaters, no RFA skaters, no UFA goalies or RFA goalies either. So I believe we are all set to move into July 1st. And seeing what's out there now, you have Reinhardt, who's available on the free agency, but he's an RFA. He was tendered and he wants over 10 million. That is not happening. I mean, we have the salary cap to do it, but we would have to give up several draft picks to do that. No. I wouldn't say he's worth it. He's only 86 overall. Maybe if he was a 94 like Ovi, but he's not, unfortunately. And I'm not going to get Ovi because he's 35 years of age. We don't need anyone of that age range at the moment. We just need our young guys to get better. However, there is Alexander Wenberg, who is looking for $6.6 million for 4 years, 85 overall, 26 years of age. Disregarding the Pro Scout assessment, he would certainly be a solid pickup. But let's just see what we need for right now and what areas we need to cover. We have Quick and Peterson in net, and in the system you have Villalta and Perrick and Ingham. On defense, you have Doughty, Mata, Bjarnfot, Clegg, Walker, and Anderson, so we obviously need some help on defense. I would like to look towards guys like Anderson and Bjarnfot and potentially Dursey and Spence as guys we could look to be on our defensive core for the future. But we could certainly use some help as far as developing those guys on the back end, because I don't think Doughty's going to be able to do it alone. As far as forwards go, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is Ho, 9, 10, 11 potentially Byfield, Kupari, Velarde. Here's the thing. I want to give a chance to Byfield, Kupari, Velarde, Radish potentially to make the roster. And I don't think we're at the point yet where we can, go wild with signing free agents. I mean, obviously, I said I wanted one for defense just to help develop our defensemen. But that's not to say that we can go crazy with it, because I certainly don't want to. Wow, look at that, Turcotte. Turcotte jumped. And it is not even the start of year number 2 yet. He is going to be good. But that being said, I do think we could use one veteran forward as well to help develop our young forwards. So I think to sum it all up, I just want a couple of guys who can help our young players grow, but nothing too major, right? There's Binnington in free agency, who's 27, 86 overall, not wanting too much money, but his save percentage last year wasn't great. So Joe Thornton is available on the free agent market. He had quite a bit of points. He had 60 points last season with the Toronto Maple Leafs, I believe. Yeah. So might be someone who we want to pick up. But then again, he also might still be looking to win a cup, unfortunately. So I don't want to do that for his sake. Maybe Ryan. Ryan would be solid. 34 years of age. Still got a few years left to potentially win a cup. He's still a decent overall at 82. I don't think he would hurt our simulation. We had 176 shots last year in 63 games. Good defensively. I think we're going to sign Bobby Ryan. Just to make sure he signs here, because I know LA isn't exactly the most attractive place to play at the moment, given that we didn't have success last year. But we're up and coming, so might be good enough of a reason for him to sign here. And of course, in addition to way more money than he's asking for, 4.3 for 1 year. Bet he's not getting that from Philly or Vegas, so we'll just hope he signs with us. Maybe we bring back Alec Martinez, because he fits in on all defensive pairings. He's 33 years old, still got a few years left to win that cup. I mean, he has already gotten 2, right? So, and with the LA Kings nonetheless, we may as well bring him back. He could be useful for developing our defensive prospects. Only thing is he's asking for 4 years. That's the part I don't like. I kind of want someone who would be more short-term. Oh my goodness, Chara's still playing. 44 years of age, and he wants a 2-year deal. Okay, I mean, if you're looking for someone to develop the young guys on defense, this might be it. Could also get Alex Edler. He looks like he might fit in on every defensive pairing, and he only wants 1 year. What about Chara? Did Chara play at all last year? No, he didn't. We may as well sign Chara, because it's not like any other team's interested in him right now. At least I don't think, at least based off what his games played last year is looking like, which is 0. Yeah, I don't see why not. He could be a good mentor for the guys there on the back end. He helps fill in our cap space. And this would be a pretty good retirement package for him. 5.4 for 1 year. So with that all being done, I think we're going to end this one off here. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you guys in the next one when we hopefully get to the year 2 simulation. See you guys then.